Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I will be showing you how to complete a 3 branches of government checks and balances infographic project. If you make your way to your Google Classroom page and start off with the stream, you will notice that there is an assignment called the 3 branches of government, and there's a set of instructions for you. I'm going to show you what to do visually, so if you need to, you can reference this for what to do. I provided 3 links down here. First is the website where you're going to create the infographic at. We are going to right click that, open up in a new tab. Then I gave you an example here. That is the second URL. We're going to take that and open that link in a new tab as well. And lastly, we are going to open up checks and balances, powers, picture there, and that will help you with your information. Now every infographic has to have this necessary information, and it has to have the 3 branches of government names, a short description of each one, and a graphic or picture for each one, and at least one way that each branch controls the other 2. Let's go to the infographic website. It's called Easily, and when you get here, you are going to log in with your Google account, and it will take you to your home page. Scroll down and click on the Start Fresh. It's always going to be on your upper left. It'll take you to the creation portion of the website. Whatever came up, you're just going to clear it out, and you'll have a completely blank canvas there. Now, every single project has to have those 3 branches of government and some short descriptions, but it's your choice in how you want to do it. Let me show you the example that I've given you, and we'll go through and see the important parts of this. Let me scroll down here so we can get a full picture of it. What you'll notice is a few very important things. First of all, I have all the 3 names of the different branches of government. I also have a short description of each one, written somewhere near that. And I have a graphic or picture showing the different branches. Lastly, I have the powers that each branch has over one another. The executive branch controls the legislative branch and the judicial branch by the following items. Each one of these is pointing towards the branch that it's talking about. Now, you do not have to have this exactly. You can have a different set, and we're going to use our checks and balances powers sheet in order to help us out with that. You'll notice also that this is very bright, contrasting, and it really catches your eye. Here's our checks and balances powers set of notes that we're going to use. You'll see that these are the judicial branch, and it has the checks on the individual branches. This is the checks on the president, which is the executive branch. Also, it has checks on Congress, which is the legislative branch. Each one of these has checks on the other 2. You can choose just one, or more if you'd like, to put into your infographic. You can also put these in your own words. I'd be totally okay with that. Moving back to your infographic, let's start placing in some ideas here. And we're just going to start out simply with a background. And for this background, you have tons of options. And we're just going to take this background right here, and we're going to drag it right to our canvas. It looks like it's kind of an older paper type. Next, maybe you want to add a title. And you can take the title, it's that biggest font size. And to change this text, you're just going to double click, and it'll open up a text dialog box for you. Highlight it, delete that text that's in there, and begin to type in a title that you want. Maybe you want to call it the Checks and Powers U.S. Government. It's your choice what you want to call it. Just make sure it matches something that we're talking about. And maybe instead of my example, you want this to be right here in the middle, and you want it to be really big. Maybe 54. Well, maybe not that much. Maybe 48. So that's going to be almost right in the middle of your project, really eye-grabbing right there, right in the middle. Next, you might want to add in some of the branches. So you might drag a header down here. Let's say you want one above, and you can simply type in the legislative branch, and you can come in here and do the same thing. Drag your header onto your canvas, double click, change the text, and you might even want it in all caps. What's your choice? You can have that down there, and you can go on and add in the other branch after that. Next, you can go to objects. There's a lot of different options. The first one that comes up is probably animals, but it stays with the last one you had. So this has all the people that's on it, and there's actually 3 pages of people you could use in order to share what you're thinking, your idea about it. There are plenty of banners, there's icons, there's maps, there's one of the United States in there, there's transportation as well. But let's say we want to use a person. Maybe we want to talk about the executive branch because it's very strong, and we want to use this guy right here. So we're going to drag down this strong man, and we're actually even going to place it really close to the executive branch. Now with every object, whether it's a person or a banner or anything else, you can manipulate it. And all you have to do is click on the object, and it'll give you a few options right away. One, you can resize it, both height and length at the same time by grabbing the corner. You can also just change the height. Also, you can rotate, so you can decide where you'd like it to be. You can change the color, and you can also change the opacity to make it very faint, maybe halfway. Let's say you want 2 of these guys. Maybe you want the executive branch to be in the middle of them. You can click this button up here for cloning your item. It makes an exact copy of the item you had previously. And maybe we want to take this and drag it right in the middle. So there we go. Let's say you think about it later on, you say you don't like this object, you can click in it and delete it. Or you can lock it by using that button right there. Lastly, you can order objects in certain orders. So let's say you want the executive branch to be behind the person. You can click on it and send it backward. Or you can send it forward. Same thing for the strongman. You can send it forward so it goes in front of, and I bet if you change the opaqueness of it, it'll slowly take out that word. Alright, if you'd like to, you can also upload your own picture. You can add a file to bring in some pictures if you do not like the options that are given to you. Again, by the end of this project, on your infographic, you should have the 3 branches of government names, a short description of each, a graphic or picture for each, and at least one way that each branch controls the other 2. All of your links are there for your use. Good luck. To turn in your infographic project, you're going to start out at your easily project that you made for the 3 branches of government. You should have this all completed, all done. And the first step that you're going to do is to click download. It'll come up with a short menu with 3 different options. For this project, you're going to click PDF. And if you're using a Chromebook, it'll come up with a screen that puts it into your downloads. If you're using a Windows-based PC, it will pop up with something else like this. But what I need you to do is write down your first name, your last name, and your hour. We'll say this is hour 5, and click Save. Now on your computer it might come up with something different, but you just need to save that project. Remember where you save it at. We're going to go over here to the Google Drive, and we'll just start right here, fresh. You need to click Upload, and you need to click Files, and then scroll down until you find the file that you'd like to turn in, which is going to be your first and last name along with what hour you are in. So you can see that's uploaded. Okay. Now after that's already done, you already have it saved to Google Drive, which is great. You'll need to go to your Google Classroom, click into your Google Classroom, scroll down on the stream until you get to this 3 branches of government checks and balances project. Click in there. It'll open up to a tab called My Assignment. All you need to do is click Add Google Drive. We need to pick the one we just saved, Alex Parr, hour 5. It'll take a second to add, and then there it is. Click Turn in with the blue button, submit it, and the assignment has been turned in. That is how you turn in your infographic project.